Hi boys and girls, this read aloud is called The Kissing Hand and it's by Audrey Penn and the illustrator is Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake. So the illustrators drew the pictures and the author wrote the words of the book. You may have heard this story before and it's one of my favorites and it's all about the mama raccoon and the baby raccoon. Let's see what this story is all about. Here's the cover page, The Kissing Hand. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Look how sad he is. Did anyone else feel like this on their first day of school? Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." The raccoon goes to school at night. Do we go to school at night or during the day? During the day. Why does the raccoon go to school at night? Because he is nocturnal. Nocturnal means that they sleep during the day and they're awake at night. So the opposite of what we do. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand on your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you,' and that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now, do be careful and not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in the front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. Scamper is another word for run. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." Do you see all the animals at school? I love you. That's the sign for I love you in sign language. Can you do that with your hand? Put your hand in a fist, and then you put your pinky out, You put your pointing finger out and then your thumb out, and that means I love you. So these two fingers are down on the palm of your hand. Put up your thumb, put up your pointer and your pinky, and that means I love you.